let me give me a short introduction about myself. Okay. Uh, I'm your BP trainer, and I will start this journey for training journey with you, and I will be explaining all the concept about the RPA. So you know that one there is so many tools about the RPA, but specifically we will go with the Blue Prism, and I will start from basic and go to the high notch. We'll cover the most of the advanced topic which is popular in our currently in market also. And I have nearly about as a trainer I have experience near about 3 year experience, and in BP also have 4 year experience, and overall experience is a 10 year. And also working in one of the organization in Bangalore. Okay, so this is just short summary about myself. Okay, let's start with the Blue Prism. What this Blue Prism? Okay, if you are technical or non-technical, both is a benefit will be, it will give you the benefit also. So don't worry about this thinking about the programming is needed or not. Okay, so we will discuss about the Blue Prism. So currently, like right now in market, just think about the RPA, how the RPA will started right now. So before people are before pandemic, this corona, I mean this COVID pandemic, people are taking the lightly, very lightly to this RPA solution. But after pandemic, when everything was stopped, the business who has installed this RPA tools, they have got really benefit. And now the business world also realized that wow, this RPA, how much is powerful this RPA. Okay, and after the pandemic, most of the companies started and thinking about the RPA solution, how they can implement RPA solution in their organization also. Okay, and there is no limitation for RPA right now. Okay, so you can implement in any business, whether it is a medical or it is a hospital or a health domain, or if you go to some finance, anywhere you want, you can implement this RPA solutions. Okay, so basically RPA solution is primarily based on the one concept. We have to eliminate whatever the repetitive tasks done by one human. Okay, if a human is come daily and he is doing the same repetitive task, those are the best and ideal tasks for the RPA. Okay, finally you have to get the FT and ROI. So ROI and FT is getting high in case you are choose any repetitive task from your organization, and you have to automate those kind of things. Okay, so concept is simple. First, we have to identify those tasks which are the repetitive in or repetitive or duplicate tasks, whether daily perform. We have to identify. We have to implement it to the RPA. This is the one of the concept. Presently in market, so many tools are present. One is a UiPath, one is a Blue Prism, Nice, Pega, and Power Automate. So many tools are coming. Okay, these are the tools are there. Microsoft, you all know that one Microsoft Power Automate is good for the only Microsoft environment. But if you go outside of the Microsoft environment, then challenges will come. Okay, so if you think about Microsoft or Blue Prism or Power Automate, all are working on the .NET framework technologies. Okay, all the tools has developed on the .NET framework. So it's mean that one, if you want to use the .NET programming or the C# programming, you can use it. But also you can use Python or any other language, which is the high language. Basically, people are looking for Python and R. You can integrate those language with any RPA tools. Especially in BP also you can integrate Python or R. Okay. Suppose if any very high level requirement is come like custom requirement, then you can write a code in C#. Most of the time you can get a code free of the code, free code from the Google itself. Okay, so you have to not write a single line of code. Very few times you have to write a code from scratch. Otherwise you will get a code and you can modify. You have just basic knowledge of your programming, so you can also tweak the code. Okay, so let me start with the Blue Prism tools. This is our Blue Prism tools. So this Blue Prism tools is working like architect wise. Let me tell you. So this is the one architect wise. There is application server, there is a database server, and there is one front end application. Okay, so application layer, you know that one exactly what it is. It is connect with the client, this client side as well as the your database. For database, we are using SQL Server. That is a primary database where all that your work will be saved into database. Okay, so this is the icon you can see. This is called as a Blue Prism. So currently, right, market we have they have installed, they have come with the Blue Prism 7 that was launched month. But for our training purpose, I will use the 6.4. Okay, 6.4 is sufficient for everything. We can achieve everything what we want. So let me start it. Okay, so this is our Blue Prism window. Okay, once you log in into the Blue Prism, this window will be open. There are the different tabs there. Okay, see, as a developer, mostly you have to work on this studio and also this control room. Okay, so these are the two favorites here. And for the management perspective, suppose anyone working in the management, for them, of course, this studio, this control room is also working. This control tab is known as a control room. Okay, guys. So for management perspective, they are looking control room and they are looking here also home. So here you can see the statics also. This statics is nothing. It's a maintenance of your kind of how many bots, how many processes are working. Suppose if you are designing any bot, so it will display here also. It will give you the number of the process, number of the object. Okay, so basically they are focused on the process. And this is the work use, like volume, how many records has process. This will give you the example. Like the milestones color has also give you the background, so you can also understand. And this is the database. So primarily this large database table, these are the used for the TVA purpose to maintain our database, because sometimes we are getting memory issue, so they have to take a backup time to time, so they are keep monitoring that one. And these are the, if you see the BPA audit or BPA process, these are the basically your BP table itself, SQL server. So from SQL server this data is populated here and these are the tables here. So this is for just management purpose. If you want to customize this form itself, you can customize that one. Okay, it's a depend on your business to business requirement. You can customize this form, but to be honestly, nobody has asked us to customize it yet, because this is always give the sufficient information what a management needed. Or otherwise, we can customize reports also. That is also possible in there in our automation tools. Okay, this is a studio. If you see, this is the studio. Here we can see process as well as the object. Okay, so basically what is a process and what is an object? If you see the basic definition, object is a place where we have to mimic all the operations which a human is performed. Okay, an object, we have to always mimic those operations which a human person is perform any website or any application. And process is the place where we have to define our business rules. Okay, so this is the basic difference. If you go for any interview, people will ask about this one, what is the process, what is the object. So just clear about that one, what is the purpose of this one. I will just go to high level, then high level, then I will give you the demo how these things are working. Then next to go to control room. Okay, control room is the heart of this Blue Prism, from where you manage and control your automation. Like that, there is option like you can schedule that automation, like schedule the bot also. You can schedule the bot and bot will take care all the automation activities. So scheduling can be take care whether it is a Saturday, Sunday, or if you want to follow any dedicated calendar according to, suppose this tools is coming with the US calendar by default, but if you want to customize this calendar, this scheduler or calendar, you can customize according to the Indian holiday also. So those kind of the features is already present there. And from here you can already assign, you can assign the, these are the your bots. This is the one of the bot. If you want to assign, you can assign that one. So this is showing me only my PC, because my PC is working as application server, as a client and database. So in my PC all the three are, in my PC I have installed the BP, so application server as well as your database server and the client, everything is in my PC. But in real time you will get only client. Application server will install in some different place and your database install in different place. Okay, you will get only client interfaces. Okay, this interfaces. So here you can get the list of the machines which are the available machine to run a bot, and you have to simply drag and drop, like you can just choose and drag and drop here and it will be giving you here, and you can trigger it from here. Okay, so this is the way you can start our automation also. In production also they are performing like this way. And there is one more interesting thing. So these are the queue management. So you can see here the number of the record which is getting processed, and it will give you the statics. Okay, how many records has come, how many pendings, what are the exceptions. So you can see these are the four status there. Okay, this green check is known as a complete. This is like check log, and this is called as exception, and this is called as a pending. So once we'll do the training, we'll explain you again. Don't worry about that. This is just like a snapshot what this tools has have holding. So basically this work uses work item which we have to process for our any business requirement. Okay. So basically this is work as a database. Analytics is similar like a home page. Okay, here if you want to customize again, you can customize it again. This is very close to home page. Okay. After that, there is a release is there. So suppose you have done the development in these tools, okay, and you want to migrate any code from one environment to another environment. So this page will be give you that privileges. So you can make a release, you can create a package, and you can deploy one environment to another environment. Okay, so this is the purpose of release page. Last, the last one is system. Last not the least. So this is a system tab where you can control or you can define your all your control from this page, because basically these are the settings. So you can design the setting also, and that will affect across your environment. Any question on this one? Just we have given the summary only about each tab, so don't think about whether you have. If you understand 10%, that is fine. Okay, I can understand this is the first class, so it is not possible you can cope up everything, but at least understand the 10% high level, that is okay. So any question or any doubt?
Exactly. So let me start with this, right? So when you say these tasks, right, which will be automated, right? So what is the script we'll be using? What is the tool? Is that Python or it's C Sharp, as you mentioned earlier?
See, it's depend on your business requirement. I will say every time you have to not use the Python or C sharp.
Okay.
It's a very rarely case. You have to understand first if those
Hmm.
operation or the business requirement is not achievable from the Blue Prism, then we have to go either C sharp or Python, or you have to go for R, whatever your preferred language. Okay.
So
Only
does the Blue Prism will have its own language internally? That's what you're telling?
yes. See, I
What?
already told you this. It complete the BP has made on the .NET framework.
Okay.
Okay. Yes.
.NET
So you
Okay.
can easily call the .NET code itself. If you want to call the C sharp, J sharp, or if you want to call Python, so Python you have to just call the exe file here. You can write outside the Python code, you can write outside, but here you can call I mean to say you can call the python.exe file.
Okay. So it is compatible with any of the language, right?
Yes. Only you have to
Okay.
create integration. If you want to
Okay.
perform any web services like REST or SOAP, that is also possible.
Okay.
You can also
So
execute kind of things.
Okay. So does this have any high availability? Because in case if anything goes wrong with this, whatever your this is local, right? This is local to your machine.
Yes, 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 yes.
Okay. So will in the production there will be failover kind of stuff, right? If anything goes wrong with this, there should be another Blue Prism server which will be automatically comes up and do the work,
Yes,
right? Without impacting the business transactions. That's
yes,
what it do.
exactly.
So hopefully it
Yes,
will be having
yes,
that. So even same with the disaster recovery as well, right?
yes, yes. That was happening actually. That due to the load balancer, we have to define a
Right.
two server solution. So anytime it can switch over, and you can your PCB plan also.
Got you, got you. So when you say this pod, right? So what exactly this pod? This pod is something like server. We will be using that. We will be having multiple pods.
Sorry, which one part?
Pod, right? So you mentioned pod, right? There is a pod we will be using, right?
See, this is the one client interface. This is installed in your PC. Okay,
Mm,
you'll get
mm.
only access for this one. You have not access for the client server or the application server. Those are present in different machine itself. We have to only interact from here. Only this is the window. Basically, you have to
Okay.
go for studio. For development purpose, you have to go to the process and object. So object is similar, like suppose, for example, if you go to the IRCTC website, okay,
Mm-hmm.
IRCTC website, what you are doing, you are trying to book a ticket. So whatever the operation you are doing in IRCTC, same operation we have to mimic it here, okay. And suppose in IRCT team you are booking it, so there is a business rules is there. Suppose user should be more than 18. Just I'm telling you the example, it is a more than 18-year-old. Okay, this is the one kind of the business rule. Or suppose you want to check that one, like system will not allow the 3 or 4 month, more than 4 month advance ticket, you cannot book it. So those kind of rules is coming under like a business rule, and you can define into a process. An object, how you are logging into that one application, giving the username, password, everything. Those operation you are mimicking here in object level.
Okay. Okay. So yeah, so as you said right earlier, repetitive process. Any repetitive process we can
Yes,
implement in our in Blue Prism, right? In any,
yes,
and
exactly.
if there is any code changes, any functional, any variable declarations, because it will not be common for each and every script, right? I mean, each and every project or each and every module. So I think it cannot, because it's not human. I mean, what are the code, right? That depends. Whatever the repetitive code, it will work on it, right? So
Yeah,
I
the
think
reason behind the repetitive, why I am saying that one, repetitive, for repetitive task you'll get a higher ROI. If task
mhm.
is only performed one time, if you want to develop the bot for that one, then our ROI will be get affected.
Can you give me one real-time example where
Uh,
you have faced, I mean, whatever just one real-time example with
mhm.
automated script that you can implement, and that is helpful for me to understand what exactly we can do and happening with this API.
But yeah, yeah, sure. See, if, it is. I will give you very very generic example so everybody can cope up and digest it also. Understand? So let's take example. You are working for a finance analyst. Okay, your task is you have to create a reports. You have to come and suppose, for example, you are, I will tell you the example in my office. What we are doing is supposed to do. We are working for one pharmaceutical company. Okay, we have various clients there. Okay, various client, and we are working for them. And every time we have to take their what you call some ID is there. Okay, client ID is there. Based on client ID, we have to go into system and we have to fetch out the financial report. Okay, while preparing the financial report, I have to go to the multiple systems. Daily, I will come, and there is a 50 uh, IDs or client IDs assigned to my name, and I come to office and I will take daily 50 IDs and go to the different system. Let's take the application 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I will have to get from there, and I have to put one template. There is Excel template is there, okay, which is the predefined where all the formulas and everything is designed by the business itself. Maybe some pivot tables is there, some lot of the logic they have written in already that template. So what is my task? I have to go to the each application, get the client ID and extract the report. Okay, for every day I have to come and I have to take an extract. After taking the extract, I have to copy and paste into the Excel sheet. Okay, and after that I have to like apply some kind of pivot tables, pivot calculation, and refresh the sheet also. And when I have to copy and paste, then I have to sometime I have to use that paste by value, some specific function you have to give while copy it also. And once it is completed, okay, suppose you have copy and paste and apply all the formula Excel based operation, you have completed it. After that I have to send to client also, okay, the user, as well as the I have to store into the repository. So this is my daily task I have to come. So what BP will do, it will be do the same thing. It will go to all the application, use the client ID, and client ID will based on the client ID I will get the reports. I'll store it, and after that one, as per business rules, I will use the copy and paste by value, whatever the value they have given that, and I will perform the same Excel operations and prepare the template. Once the template will prepare, we will rename with the client ID and we'll send to the client, as well as we have to send it. to our repository, central repository. So this is the real-time cases I'm telling you. Okay.
Got it.
Another example, if you want to take live example, now the COVID patient is going on. Okay, so COVID patient, if it is coming, suppose they, if you see the top level, every patient has to come. If you take this example, what is the app's name? I forget. There is some government apps is there. If you see that one, I don't recall it. So there, one form is there. Okay, you have to fill that, fill the forms also. Okay, the where the patient detail is coming in, name, patient name, age, everything, and they are asking so many couple of the questions based on the your previous question. Okay, so those kind of things you can automate it. Suppose, for example, if you don't have the phone, suppose in India, if you go to the rural place, there is no phone is there. Okay, then what you will do? How to make this kind of vaccination kind of data? So what you have to do, you have to just automate that applications. Okay, and there is a user is there. Okay, who are collecting this information from user to user. Okay, after that one, he will just put into the proper format in Excel sheet or CSV, whatever the format is possible, they will be put into there, and after that bot will be consume those record, and they can update our COVID patient details also.
Got it. Got it. Got it. So one final question. So you said your it is work. I mean, the it is compatible with SQL Server, right?
Yes,
Uh,
yes, yes.
is there any dependency with only SQL Server, or can it use any Oracle, any other
You
DB2?
can connect.
All this?
Yeah, you can. There is a connector is there. You can connect with the Oracle database also.
Okay. Okay. There is connectors as well. Okay. Okay. I agree. Yeah.
Even
Yeah.
you
So
can.
yeah.
Yeah, you can. Excel, you can put it as a database also.
Right. Yeah.
Okay,
Got it.
so
Got it. Yeah.
if you want to connect with the MongoDB, then you have to use their APIs. So those API you can connect in PP also. So it's
Sure. Sure.
completely depend on your project to project.
Got it. Got it. Yeah. That's all I have. Sorry, guys. Thanks. You guys
Okay.
carry on, please, if you have any questions.
Anyone else?
Yeah, I have one question. So this is the tool based, right? So
Yes.
how much percentage we have to do the customized functions, or how much percentage it is going to be like the readily available functions, so that we can understand how much really
Okay.
coding is required background to this.
Okay. Coding is only 5 to 10%. Very rarely, not always.
And which are the most used and most useful coding we need, like Python, or which one?
Okay. Easy language .NET. You have to learn the VB.NET. That's the most easiest, and you can connect it.
VB or C sharp?
VB.NET. You can use the VB.NET. Both are same. It's not very difficult. Okay. If you know the
Hmm.
work anytime Java or someone, then you
Hmm.
can easily understand the syntax for the C sharp also. But I
Yeah.
would say .NET only. Okay, most of the
Hmm.
work you can complete with the .NET. C sharp
Hmm.
only you have to use very rarely, like if you are writing any custom code which is not
Hmm.
classes or method is not present in .NET, then you
Hmm.
can go for C sharp. Even if I'm also using that sometimes .NET or sometimes C sharp, it's depend on business to business requirement. And
Hmm.
guys, to be honestly, 90% chances, 95% chance there is a code is available. I will tell you. People has already posting so many things. 90%
Okay.
chance, 90% chance is there. Whatever your requirement, the code will be available in Google. Only you have to search it. Or
Okay.
if you not, yeah, if you not get it, suppose if you are not get from Google, then you can post to the this requirement to PPE support also. They can also help it.
Hmm.
So there is support forum is there, which is offered by the Blue Prism, and you can post your question and you can get it also.
Yeah, yeah. So we understand that in case if we do not find those things, right? So what is the language that we have to learn, and we have to work on, right? So that is
Uh,
what question.
I said .NET, it's very easy
Yeah, yeah.
to learn also. If you want to learn, it's a very .NET. It's available in YouTube also. You can
Yeah,
easily
yeah.
learn it. But for our training, I would tell you .NET is not needed. Okay, for our training, .NET is not needed because
Hmm.
custom, see, making a custom object, it's a depend on the business to business.
Hmm. And in the training, what is the database you're going to show us?
See, I can tell you how to connect with the Oracle database. I don't have in my PC, but I will give you that how to connect it, what information is it, or we can use the Oracle database. Sorry, SQL Server as a database. We can use it, or you can use the Excel sheet as a database also. So many ways are there. Even if you want to go for unstructured database like MongoDB, I will show you that how to connect the web services. MongoDB I don't have, but I will tell you how to connect it.
Yeah, that's fine. So if you go with the SQL Server or Oracle, anything is fine. Just I want to know like which one you're going to use. So yeah, stick with one and maybe give the examples of others. Yeah, that should be fine.
See, Oracle database, if you install in the PC, I will tell you how to connect it. See, Oracle database I don't have in my PC. Okay, in my PC only SQL Server is there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but I will tell you how to connect it. Okay, and even if that those are the very standard fixed command, it is not getting changed.
Mm-hmm.
Those are very fixed.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, you can go ahead further if any
Okay,
other
so
one have any questions.
and,
Ravi, maybe. Yeah. Not you can further proceed.
okay, let me start with the demo. Okay, I can give you the demo, small demo how to do it. Mhm. Okay, we'll use an object, not the process. So basically, we will use only very simple example. Okay, there's one Excel sheet is there. Okay, we want to read the record from Excel sheet. Okay, and I will show you how to do it. So you have to see so many options is there. There's a pointer, link, block, code, wait. So we'll discuss all these things. Okay, but now we will use only action. Okay, so action is like that one. These are the steps. If you click on action, and if you go to the business object, so these are the business object which is available in my PC. Okay, I will use the Blue Prism standard object itself, sorry, action. So these are the provided with the BP itself. You can see that MX Excel, MS Word, utility environment, file management, general. So these are provided by the Blue Prism itself. Okay, let's take example of the MS Excel. So for MS Excel, you can see these many options are possible. You can do it. Like for example, you can activate any sheet, you can attach it, you can close any worksheet. Okay, you can copy it also. You can cut, copy, delete, exit, formatting the cells for format current values. So these are the action item is given. If you want to read the Excel sheet, so you can read this Excel sheet. Okay, you can get number of the rows if you want to check how many number of rows is there. So you can get it also. So these are the pre-built which is already given provided by the Blue Prism. Okay, you can import CSV also. Okay, you can move worksheet also. You can protect worksheet also. If you want to paste it, you can do it. Like remove blank. So these are the Excel based operations. Okay, if you want to perform run micros, so you can perform the micros. You can run it. Okay, save it also worksheet. Any worksheet you want to save it, you can save it. And if you want to rename any Excel sheet, you can perform the renaming also. So these are the pre-built action item is already activities as given, so you can use it also. Okay, for any time. And these all are written into the VB.NET code. Okay, so let me go to. We'll use first create instance. Okay, this. So basically, what is the mean of the create instance? So suppose manually, if you come here and if you try to open that Excel sheet, okay, Excel sheet will open and there is one instance will create. And if you want to check that instance value, you can go to this one task manager, and from task manager you can see any software or any Excel sheet or doc, it will be listed here. basically we are creating that one kind of the instance. Okay, that Excel sheet is open and you can track it from here also. So let me go here and you have to just click on this one, the box which you see. So automatically it will create one of the data item. Okay. Okay, so this is the one of the data item. This is created as a number type. Okay, so by default it is created. I just click created. After this, you have to open your Excel sheet. How a user is performed, same step I am performing it. Okay, instance is created in the background. Okay, now we are trying to open Excel sheet. Okay, this is that our it is asking for the two action. One, it is asking about handle, and second is asking about the file name. So you have to just go here, drag and drop here. Okay, handle. Let's go to the file. My file is present. Okay, we'll read this file. So take the path of this file. Okay. So just make sure that whenever we typing any text value, that should be comes as a code. So this is the reason I have taken the code. Okay. After that one, you will get a workbook name. Okay. These, if suppose if you want to read any data from Excel sheet and you are using some kind of Python or R or any language, then you have to call the DLL, you have to call the library, and you have to write a code. But we are not writing any code. Okay, here we just drag and drop and we are just creating that. So once we got it, so after that one we have to try to read this Excel sheet. Okay, get worksheet as a collection. Okay, here we have to pass our workbook name. Okay, and here the sheet name it is asking. Suppose if you don't have the sheet name, then what you will do, you can create one more action item here. So we'll just pass the number as a 1. We want to understand, okay, if I'm passing the number 1, what is the sheet name? If I'm passing the number as a 2, then what will be the my sheet name? Okay, get worksheet. You can use get worksheet from here. So you can see that one worksheet name and names is there. So we can use this one. Okay, and I'm passing as a 1 because I want to get the name at the first position of worksheet. Okay, and go to output. Okay, we'll pass worksheet, and here I'll just click on this on data. Once it is done, so now we have already completed it. Only last step we have to do. Whatever the instance we have to open it, we have to close that instance. Okay, otherwise that file is not getting closed from your system. Okay, that's it. And we can use the link. Okay. So guys, when if any process will start, there is one start point, but there can be multiple end point. Okay, when you are designing any process or object, remember it, there will be only one end start point, but it can be multiple ends. It's a depend on your business to business requirement. Okay, so let's run it. Oh, it is gone. So running this one, see, if you want to run, you here is one option like go, okay, which is fast, normal also, and slow. These are the three modes. But if you want to run in debug mode, so this is the debug mode. If you want to run it, you can run in the debug mode. Okay, and this is next one. If you see the step, it is giving you the more details. If you want to understand the more details, then you can click on this one. Okay. And similarly, if you want to refresh application, you can from refresh from here also. This will refresh the application. This is also working as a refresh. Okay, I will tell you the difference both of them in upcoming classes. What is the difference between both of them? Okay, and here you can see the error. See, suppose if you are making any error, so it will be giving you the error also. You have to just refresh it, so this error has gone. Okay, and zoom is there, and application modeler. So this application modeler is used for web-based application and window-based application. If you're using that time, this will be useful. Okay, let's run it. So to run this one, you have to come here, right click and set as a next. Okay, so color will be changed here, you can see, and we'll go one by one. Any question on this one?
Oh, can you
No.
explain like a high level?
Sorry.
What is this sequence or like a sequence of operations?
Yeah, sure, I will explain it, you know.
Maybe I missed a little bit, but I just want to understand first of all what is this examples, or so that
Yeah.
I can understand I think better what you're
Okay,
trying to
this
do.
example, say this example is like that one. There is one worksheet is there, and you want to read that data from that Excel sheet.
Okay.
This is the example. Okay, and we are not writing any kind of a code. It's just using that window, whatever the options is available into the Blue Prism. Okay, if you are suppose if you want to read this data from any Excel sheet or CSV, then you have to write it 10 or 15 or 20 lines of the code. Okay, so but here you have to not write a code. Code is only, I told you, very rare case, like when you have to customize that something, so you have to write the codes.
Mhm. So in this example, you are reading the Excel sheet and what you are doing next.
I was just reading the Excel sheet and bringing the data into the Blue Prism, and after that, if you want to utilize or consume data, you can consume it anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Okay.
so this one is, now you can see this is our Excel sheet name. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
this is the Excel sheet name has come, try sentence one, and this is the sheet name. I have not hard coded. Okay, it is coming as sheet name because I will give the position here. You see here, I gave the position as a 1. So at position 1, the sheet is present as a sheet 1.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and after that, it will read the data also. You can see it will read the data from that Excel sheet.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so this is the one example like where you don't need any coding kind of things. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so by this one, you can do it. There's a lot of the example if you want to see that one. Okay, if you are a programmer, then you can understand. If you are using Python or anything, then you have to write a line of the code and you have to call the library and you have to execute it and you have to deploy it. But this is the one of the example where you don't need any coding and you can do it. Any
Mm-hmm.
question? This is very simple. I'm telling you, the reading the data from Excel sheet. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Any question? Any doubts?
Yeah, do you have any examples like after reading, or you just like simply like doing any small formula calculation and writing to other Excel sheet or other document, something like that?
Of course, you can write it. There is a function is there. You can write it. These are the functions are present.
But in intermediate activity like doing the formula calculation, so how you will do that? Is that
Formula.
also functions you will use?
See, these are
Like,
the functions that are available. If you see that one,
mm-hmm.
activate workbook, sheet, attach, get instance, close. I'm just telling you the one piece of a small piece of the code. You
Mm-hmm.
can use anywhere. It's depend on your business to business requirement. Okay, if you want to copy paste it or not. Okay, suppose if you want to get the row number, okay, so you can get it also. You have to just pass here. Let me cancel this one. This one also. There's a tons of example. If you call all the function, it will come. This is basically giving you the control of the Excel operation. What are the Excel operations are present?
Okay, whatever the Excel formulas we have normally in the Excel, it will have almost same or even more.
Yes, exactly. Suppose delete, nobody will doing it, but if you want to delete worksheet, you can delete it also. It's up to you. They are given that one. Suppose if you want to do the copy and paste by range, same Excel sheet, here is a 6 rows are there, but I don't want to use all the 6 rows. I just want to select the data for the first 3 column or 4. So you can give that one also. See, this is the option is there. So this will just copy and paste. It will take the data from source one and it will paste to the destination also, destination worksheet. So you have to define that handle also, source workbook name, source sheet name. Similarly, you have to define for here source range, sorry, source range also, from which range to which range you want to do it. Suppose, for example, you got a requirement, there is a nearly about 100 lines are there, okay, 100 rows are there, okay, and you have to nearly got 100, you have a 10 columns and 100 rows are there. So you have to read like this one, A1, and then you will go here till up to, or if you want to just complete Excel sheet, you can give this one also. A1 is means that one here, it's a complete Excel sheet. Whatever data, it's not matter 100 or whatever, it will take complete data set. But if you want to restrict, then you can give that one like 300. Similar way, if you want to copy and paste, you can give also range. Maybe you don't want to start copy and paste from A1, you want to start from C1 or C20. You can give the, so these are the options are there. Only you have to tell the source and destination, etc. So you can copy and paste by range also. Okay, if you see other functions also there, like if you want to import the CSV, that is also possible. Functions are there, only we should know that one where what is our requirement is there. This is the micros is there. Suppose if you want to run micros, then you have to run the give the handle name and give the micros name also, it will run. This is just one small piece of the example, it's not like big one. It will be used regularly, very regularly, frequently we are using.
Okay, so can it read any Java file or any other?
See Java file, if you see Java, I have never tried that one. I have done the work with the C#. Okay, if you want to C#, then I will tell you. Okay.
It should work in similar to C#, right? Java also, but
No,
because
it's different. I mean the classes, and you need a DLLs as well as you need the ISO file also.
okay.
So this is the way you can call it here. I will show you. So you can see the code stage. You can connect the code stage. This is the place you have to write a code, and you can pass in and out. So you can, if you want to write a C# code, you can write it also. But before that one, you have to go to do the setup also.
So we have to write the code inside of it. It's not something we cannot call the file of it, right?
Exactly. So you can see the C# I set it. You have to define the system.io. So you can define it like suppose system.io. So many files is there. You have to use that one. like this one you can define it. So it's if
So
options is there,
this
yeah, go
code
ahead.
we can write outside and then compile and get the DLLs and call here directly also, right? No need to write.
That you can do it, but as a VB, as a RPA developer, I will tell you honestly, I will not hide anything. You'll not get a compiler. You have to compile it here only.
Oh, okay.
Okay, and believe me, you will get comfortable also here. DLL you will get it. Okay, just search in Google or go to the Microsoft package. They will tell you DLL. Just copy and paste. It will help it. Okay, if suppose for example, if your requirement is come, you get a DLL, but that is not a Microsoft DLL, because Microsoft DLL you can get default, you can add no problem, but third party DLL is there. First try to avoid the using the third party DLL, because in organization people are not allow you, because maybe the DLL has something security risk is there.
Yeah, yeah.
Otherwise to open the DLL and read everything properly and make sure is that working or not. Okay, if it is not, if it is working and you are comfortable, then what you can do, you can add onto the Blue Prism per here installation also. Your Blue Prism installation is there and you have to add it. Not here, yes. Program file, you have to add that DLL here. You have to come and automate, and here you can add those DLL. If you want to see, you can see the Citrix DLL is there. Okay, so many DLL you can get it here.
Okay.
Okay, if you want to use any custom DLL, as I said, it's a depend on complete your business requirement, I would say. Okay. Here is option like C#, Visual Basic and Visual J#. So I would say go with the Visual Basic. That is really easy. You can easily understand the code.
Yeah. So I see there are very few languages options, right, in drop down.
But you can connect with the other language also.
Okay.
So based on the I think DLLs we add, I think it will change. I think language options.
Yes, DLLs is needed. Otherwise,
Okay. It automatically we will get the pop-ups there. We'll get the drop down.
Yeah, drop downs will increase for Python, Java,
Yeah.
those things, I guess. Yeah.
Not there will not come, boss. It will not come in drop list. I will tell you. If you want to run any Python code, you have to take .exe. First, you have to do the programming in Python. Okay, create one .exe. Okay, in window, we have one option. Okay, you have to go here PowerShell. From PowerShell, you can call it here.
Okay.
Work from the PowerShell. You can call this PowerShell from BP itself, and it will work.
Okay.
Okay, so even if I also using some in some of my project, I was calling this PowerShell also. Okay, so you have to just call the .exe file here in .ps, and this ps will be called at in our Blue Prism. Okay, this is very high level. Honestly, this is very rarely you have to use it, but at least you should aware about that. Okay, so if you see that when I have opened the code, how this code is written for open workbook. If you want to tweak it, you can change it here also. This is the complete VB.NET. That's the reason I said try to understand the VB.NET. It's if you have learned the VB.NET, other language you are capable to write it. So whatever the action item we are doing in Excel, everything is written here in code, and you can change anytime. You can customize as per your requirement. In real time, suppose this is a hide is there. Okay, for example, this is a hide Excel sheet. If you see that one, my requirement is the unhide Excel sheet. Okay, but you won't find any function here unhide Excel sheet. Can you find it? I don't think so. Only hide is there, unhide is not there. Okay, so if If you want to unhide that one, what you will do? Copy and paste same code. This is for hide. You make as a true. That's it. This will unhide your data in your worksheet. Okay. So if you learn if you know the VB.NET, that's it very easy. I'm telling you, it's not like, and VB.NET is most easiest. I'm telling you. Everything, all this is very old language, and all the codes and everything is available for that. Only you know how to read the code, and that is required. Very rarely it's depend on your business requirement. I won't say it's needed all the time.
This Blue Prism has what kind of like connectors, what kind of technologies, like it can able to connect through, if something is there on the SQL server, something is there on the DB2 database, or something is there on the mainframe somewhere, is it able to connect to different places
Yes, for
and get the information?
yes, for mainframe you have a emulators there. If you want to do the mainframe automation, you can do it. So let me show you what is possible here. So
It
here,
have like a video scalper or like a image scalper or something, right? So
no, not that one. See, these are the options are there. Whether basically you can do the automation for this application. Either it's a window based, Java based, or it's a Chrome based or Internet Explorer or mainframe basis. These are the
Internet Explorer,
type of
Chrome.
application we can support. Part of that
So
one, if
so
you want to,
if I'm doing some activity on mainframe, is that able to capture and repeat it this board?
yes, it will. It will. Only you have to connect with the emulators. You have to call the proper emulator and you have to connect it.
So what is the integration tools it has a capability to connect?
Connect
Or
to
like a
which?
Snap Logic, MuleSoft,
See,
or Web Methods. What are the integration tools we can able to collaborate
okay.
with this tool?
Okay, web method, if you want, you can use the REST service as well as the SOA services. Both you can consume it here. Okay, these are the options there. If you want to create anything, add service, you can make API services here. Either it can be get, post, put, whatever you want, you can define it here. Okay, for REST. And interaction point, suppose, for example, if you are working on any automation and this situation is comes, you cannot spy it. Okay, maybe for example, I will take the best example. If you go to the window based application or Chrome based application where you cannot spy it, okay, so there is a surface automation is there. Okay, so surface automation is work on the image comparison, so we have to use that image based automation.
Even it has a capability to read the labels or something like
Yes, it can read it.
hideable characters and those kind of things. Or the
Hideable
label
character,
means.
hideable character, then I would say, see, one thing I will tell you. Hideable, see, whatever the visible, it will take it. That is sure. Let me tell you how to do it. Okay, let me go here. Okay, I will take Internet Explorer base. I don't have that Chrome extension. Okay, we'll launch from here. So let launch it. Okay, it is launched right now. It's identify button is there, so you can use. See, this is the HTML mode. So if you want to spy anything, see this window mode. It is coming. Started coming. See, this is the UI mode. You can click here. This is the HTML mode. So you can spy complete or this page itself how you want it.
So whatever the things you are clicking right now, it will capture and it will repeat it, and again
I'm
if we
not.
run the
I'm not.
process.
I'm just moving mouse only. I'm not capturing anything because
No,
capturing you have to.
I'm just
Yeah, yeah.
asking. So this the capability of the tool. I'm asking.
Yes, yes, yes.
Hmm.
Go here. Yeah. This is hang right now. See, if you want to spy anything, it can be possible.
Hmm.
Let's take the example. Okay, I will spy this one. Get a option, whatever the screens are there. It will capture all the HTML path, everything, button type, whatever the default property, it will capture everything. And if you highlight it,
Hmm.
this button is highlighted here.
Hmm.
See,
Okay.
so you can capture everything, so whatever is visible on a screen. Only you should
Hmm.
know that one, which browser, or it's a window-based application, or it's a web-based
Hmm.
application, or it's a mainframe or Java-based application.
Hmm.
Whatever application is there, you can capture all the elements.
Okay.
So this is the way we have to just capture each element, like how the user is interact. Suppose he's typing here something, then it is
Hmm.
pressing it here. So if you want to
Hmm.
do that one, you can do it also.
Hmm. Okay.
See, for writing any data, you have to write from Excel sheets. So there's some, they say there should be some data sources there, okay, to type this one. So first we have to
Hmm.
understand the data source, how to extract the data. Then we can interact with applications.
Hmm. Okay. I understand. If you want to enter any URL or anything on this web page, so that we need to be first to keep on the Excel sheet and need to put it here, right? So through that tool.
Yeah, Excel sheet or CSV, or maybe you want to use the database. Suppose you want to extract
Yeah.
something from database. Like I will tell you the one
Hmm.
of my example, one of the example. I have to one of my requirement. I have to extract the record from Snowflakes. Okay, that is
Hmm.
a data warehousing. So for
Yeah.
Snowflakes, what I did it, I have to go to the Snowflakes database. I have to connect it and I have to get the record and convert
Hmm.
those record into the Excel sheet. Okay,
Hmm.
and then I will was reading that Excel sheet. Or I have got also one requirement, like the CSV file is nearly about 380 MB. Okay, 380
Hmm.
MB is a too big file. So what I did
Hmm.
it, I have written the R script. Okay, and
Hmm.
based on my invoice number, I was getting the records. And once it is coming into the CSV, I can transfer to the Excel or anything.
Hmm.
Yeah. So these are there. Suppose, for example, the same example, if it is not highlighting, here it is highlighting the element, you can see. But there are the cases where you have to, these are not spyable, okay? You cannot spy it due to that security or something. So what you have to, especially on the secret-based application.
Hmm.
So like this one, say, this is the one of the reason mode, okay? For reason mode, you can, let's see. Oh man, it's hang. So you can take as a picture also.
Hmm.
This screen you can complete take as a picture, and you can do the automation on the based on your picture also. See, this picture has capture here,
Hmm.
complete picture has capture, and you
Hmm.
can do the automation on this picture also.
Hmm.
Suppose, see, you can see the all the properties started coming here.
Hmm.
I have selected this area because I want to interact with this area only. Maybe I want to perform click or something, so I'll just
Hmm.
choose this one.
Okay.
Okay, but picture base is only one risk is there. If environment to environment, suppose this layout or any color is getting changed, then it
Hmm.
is trouble.
Hmm.
Environment should be very consistent.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, when I say environment is consistent, it means the resolution of the PC also should be consistent. Resolution of the PC, horizontal and vertical resolution should be same. Background color should be same. Font should be same. If any font or anything is changed, then these tools will not run, because for it, image difference will become.
Okay, got you.
Okay.
It has to update, right? It has to get
Yes.
updated.
Yeah, that is really challenging. People are working on it. If you get experience, then you can easily work. You will know that, okay, how to set up this one.
Is it not automatically gets updated if it changes
No,
the
no,
color, right? No,
no, because you are right. See, you are fixing the property here.
it's not the dynamic, right? It's not the
No,
dynamic.
no.
We are just having the picture. It's a
Not
static.
See,
We'll have a
once you
copy of it. That's it.
uh, you can see the coordinate is there. Everything is working on coordinate, like grayscale, X and Y axis. Like it is giving the position. Suppose you got one page, you have X and Y coordinate. If you change X and Y, it is stopped working. It can again, you have to come and you have to spy it. So these many options is available here. Surface automation, window-based automation. So many things are there. So many flavors are there. Okay.
Thank you so much. Okay,
Thank you,
Thank you
Shiv.
so
Thank you.
much, sir.
Yeah. Take care. Thank you. Thanks
take care.
very much.
Take care. Yeah, bye bye.
Thanks. Bye. Yeah.